Hey guys, what's up? Albio3 here again with you all, and today we will be playing a game called BeamNG Drive. Now, for anyone that hasn't played BeamNG Drive, Beam, or beaming as my friends used to call it after they got me hooked on it, is essentially a driving simulator game. As you can see, we have what I assume is a Blue Ranger, you see, and essentially in this game, pretty much it's it's one of the most accurate driving simulations on a PC. Like, so the interesting thing about it is it's not, unlike a lot of driving games, it's not centered around racing. Just the cars themselves and the physics of having a actual car. Honestly, instead of doing 60 hours on the road, I think for getting your license now, they should just you should just have like a very accurate steering wheel setup and BeamNG Drive for everyone to practice with. Granted, I'm an idiot, so don't don't trust the logic of a YouTuber if you are an actual professional in any sort of field. Now, when I say the physics of games, you see, you're probably wondering, exactly how accurate could this game be, And that's a great question. And I would be happy to show you right now. Now, as you can see, not only does there the basic, GTA 5 type physics you typically get, this literally shows you what would happen if you drove your Ranger into a quarry in Western California, or Southern California. I don't know where California has trees out. I know it's very rare to see trees out in that dust bowl freaking hellscape that is California, but I know it's somewhere along the, West Coast. Ah, yes. My family is very fond of their Rangers, especially the older models, not the new models. The new models are trash. But this type of Ranger, we have like a collection of them in our backyard just because we don't get rid of them. And now I know exactly what would happen if I tried driving it off a cliff. Believe it or not, I already know what happens when you drive it off a bridge and a bunch of other stuff from family experience. But now we know what happens if you drove it straight into a quarry. And one of the best things about this game, after you wreck your car, you can simply press this button to restart it from where it was. And trust me, the scenarios you can imply get quite interesting. I didn't actually know how much you could do until I got really into it. I think the most difficult part is just trying to get your car to have enough speed so that when you hit something it really does get in there and beat the ever-loving crap out of your car. Like so. You can see the radiator, the engine, the hood, and believe it or not, it'll show you exactly what happens if you try accelerating. In this case, the coolant is completely ruptured, the engine's mildly sound, and the entire drive shaft is crippled to no end, so you're going to get absolutely no acceleration to these back wheels. Now, this is not the only vehicle. There are countless numbers of vehicles they have preloaded in for you, but you can also go online and download mods. Now, of course, I'm always a very classic car fanatic. Whenever I have the option to pick an old car instead of a new car in a video game, I'm going to go with the old ones because they just look so cool. I think I'll go with, let's go with standard, let's go with, how about this one? The Isubu Mimera. I don't know how to pronounce things. And blue, because I like blue. Much faster than the Ranger, I must say. And because it's faster, we can absolutely destroy it in a much quick manner than we were before. If you own one of these mini cars, BeamNG, in real life, you can always go online and trigger yourself by seeing what would happen if you actually got into a wreck with one. And now if you own this specific model, you'd be dead right now. Just look at all the mini options. Bruh, that's literally the Monopoly car. I can drive the freaking Monopoly car, dude. That's awesome. Oh, this one's V8 powered. I'm not that much of a car person, so I have no freaking clue what all these words mean. I know that V8 is something to do with the engine. I think V8s are, let me not embarrass myself. Now, if you didn't think you yourself driving in one car along an open landscape was, enough nightmare fuel, specifically me driving, my driving skills are experimental at the best of times. You can also additionally add your own cars. Alright, so if you go to your free roam options, you can see here that you can select AI, or specifically traffic. We're going to select traffic first, I'll get to AI later, or I might not get to AI, I don't know, my attention span is not very good, especially with this game. Alright, we're going to click traffic, and we're going to go with, how about we just go with normal. And now, as you can see, in all the greatness of me forgetting how to turn on the car, we have traffic. I don't know how well the traffic's going to be because this game has a tendency to do very poorly. In all these areas we got stoplights, so you're not going to see a lot, but as you can see, traffic just spawns around you at all times. So again, if you really want to learn how to drive, you really can just really find out how you can mess up in all the worst ways possible without actually messing up a real car in real life. It's sort of like how Arma, there's probably a bunch of people online that believe that Arma could train soldiers. This could train you on how to drive instead of just, you know, going to war. Video games are video games, but they are still emulations of real life. Emulations of real life. It would surprise you to know how long it took for them to implement, you know, basic driving rules systems with cars. I do just love these cars though. I think this one's called the Sideburn. BeamNG. This is like all the fun parts of GTA 5 combined into one game. I mean, shooting, killing, stealing, robbing, and doing heinous acts and crimes is always fun, but let's be honest, we always start playing GTA to drive the cars. You know, I think if I ever become like, you know, heavily wealthy, I'm going to buy one of these old cars that burns through gas like crazy and drive it, while being self-aware it is horrible for mileage. We'll be in like a fuel crisis and I'm still just burning through what's left with like the older cars. Ah, no, you can't even see anything because of the view. It doesn't take much before you're just like obsessed with this game. If you enjoy cars in any way, shape, or form, it's just so addictive. Does that count as a flip? To ensure maximum destruction of my car, we will be driving everything in English standard, rather than, you know, the Western world I live in. Ah yes, English standard. You see, my car resets. I'm always curious if these cars do. Well, it appears not. Imagine just getting hit in a car like this, and then the car just vanishing at plain sight. Someone's put a curse on you. You know, it's sort of like the car. You guys remember the car? You know, the movie? Not the remaster, like the car where it was like it was a Cadillac possessed by like the devil, and he just started driving over people and stuff. Really good movie. I recommend watching it. They blow the car up with dynamite in the movie. I hate to spoil it, but it's awesome. Yeah, I would like to get some friends together and hold like an actual racing event in BeamNG. I'm sure that's a thing that people do already, and I think there's actually some racing ways. I just don't like racing. I just like wrecking the cars. Again, the reason I really play racing games is because I like the driving the cars. The competition is fun, but really, again, it's just driving. Driving's fun. It's like driving in real life, where I'm trying to stay inside the lines, and there are cars in front of me and behind me. And there's a reason I don't have a license yet. I remember I used to have this thing at one point during the summer where I would just wake up and then go into like Grand Theft Auto, make the Grand Theft Auto game so like it was always that nice warm morning time, and then just drive my car like in circles around the map over and over again. Best way to start this game. Oh my goodness! It's intelligent enough to know what to do. Wait a minute, can it? You think it's gonna move anymore? Come on, buddy, I'll help you. I'll help you get back on the road. Don't worry. Come on, buddy. Don't give up, red soccer mom van. Here. Alright, I guess it's not going to be driving anymore. Now, one of the things I have not mentioned to you all yet that is probably one of the best things about this game is the cars are just one level of the spectrum of crazy mess you can do in BeamNG. Now, for instance, if we just take this part out right here, which is the environment, one could take the scalings of time and alter them. Granted, you can just do that in any Unity engine. Now, say you wanted to go driving on the moon. Oh, yeah. Just floating downstream. Alright, let's switch it to Saturn. How about negative Earth? Alright, let's give the gravity back. Destruction. This lowrider has seen better days. And that's the remnants of the other car. I forgot to mention the sun. Interestingly enough, the sun seems to keep this lowrider intact. Granted, I selected this car because of how cool it looks. Let's be honest, that's flower aesthetic and the pink. Never mind. There's also this situation where you can literally just make the gravity so dense. See, you don't really have to push like most of the cars off the sides of like places in this game by adjusting this. You can simply just take and do this. Do that. And then again. And then again. There we go, that's what I was looking for, you see. Just turbo dismount this sorry thing. This really is just turbo dismount in 4K, I just realized that. Alright, now we have this newfound power of dangerously altering the environment. I'm gonna try finding some sort of area in this game where traffic is heavily prevalent. Ah, here we go, this is what I'm talking about. And now, moon gravity. They don't seem very phased by moon gravity. Probably because they're not going very fast. That's my assumption. No, they're simply just going pretty standard. It's throwing them off a bit. Alright, this is a pretty interesting area. How about we go with moon gravity down a hill? What would moon gravity down a hill do? Very little, actually. A little bit of drag. Go to the sun. There you go. So as you can see, the sun typically has just enough gravity to make cars almost useless and completely destroy the chassis of the cars. I think that's cool. I don't know how fast that taxi driver was going, but I would not like to be him. Now, if we release negative Earth, and then we go back to the sun. Look at it, it looks like a two-dimensional truck. I turned this two-dimensional truck into a 2D model. Look at them. They're returning to the mothership, everyone. Or maybe they're not. No one goes home. Alright guys, now, in all of this game, I think this has to be one of my all-time favorite maps for just like, letting off a bit of steam, you know what I mean? Like, just like, going from a bed and you just drive. You can drive, and drive, and drive, and drive your sorry self straight off a cliff. If your game doesn't lag. And it just goes. Just absolute freaking destruction all the way down. Just glorious. Isn't it? Somehow the engine is still going. Oh, the power of a Ranger. So you know how this like cliff area is already a frame rate inducing nightmare? Now imagine if we combine this with the horrifying physics we can already do. So, you know, take this down a hill, you see, and then just decide to like kind of like a snake slithering down a hill of destruction. Alright guys, so even though we've showed a bit of stuff, there's still a lot of other ways we can destroy cars. Essentially, if we go down here, there's a bunch of these different objects that are designed just for destruction that we can test out on the vehicles. Now, if you would like to see that, please comment and like down below. And possibly subscribe if you will. Until then, it's been Albio3. I'd like to thank you all for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.